Anger, it's that fire in your chest, that pressure behind your eyes, that force that takes hold before you even realize it. You try to stay calm. You tell yourself to breathe. But then a snap, a word, a glance, a moment too many, and suddenly you're saying things you wish you could take back. But controlling anger isn't about suppressing it or forcing it down until it explodes. It's about understanding it, owning it, and using it as a tool rather than a weapon. Think about the last time you lost your temper. Did it help? Did it fix anything? Or did it just leave you with regret? Anger isn't the enemy. It's a signal that something needs attention. The real challenge isn't avoiding anger altogether, but mastering how you respond to it. Meet Daniel. On the surface, he had it all: a successful career, a loving family, and great friends. But underneath, there was something else, a quiet frustration, a simmering tension that he kept pushing down. It wasn't explosive rage, it was the little things: a spilled coffee, a slow driver, a red light. He wasn't angry at those things. He was angry at what he wasn't dealing with. One night, after snapping at his family, Daniel had a realization. His anger was controlling him, not the other way around. That scared him, so he made a change. He started paying attention to the warning signs. He gave himself space before reacting, and over time something incredible happened. He learned to control his anger instead of letting it control him. He realized that anger, when managed properly, can be a tool for growth, self-awareness, and even strength. And the good news, you can do the same. Today, we're diving into 10 powerful strategies to help you regain control before your emotions take over. These aren't just theories. They're practical, actionable techniques rooted in Stoic philosophy and modern psychology. If you've ever felt like Daniel, like your anger is running the show, stick with me. This might just change the way you see yourself forever. Let's begin. Number 1, acknowledge your anger without beating yourself up. The first step in controlling your anger is acknowledging it. We've all felt it. Your heart races, your muscles tense, and irritation builds. Maybe someone cuts you off in traffic, or a coworker makes a dismissive remark. And before you know it, frustration takes over. Instinctively, you might tell yourself, "Calm down, this isn't a big deal. I shouldn't feel this way." But here's the truth. Anger isn't the problem. How you handle it is. Suppressing anger doesn't make it disappear. It only buries it deeper, where it festers until it resurfaces in ways you can't control. Instead of ignoring or judging your emotions, try something different. Recognize your anger without letting it define you. When you feel frustration rising, pause, notice it, say to yourself, "I'm feeling angry, and that's okay." This simple act of acknowledgement creates space between your emotion and your reaction, giving you the clarity to respond rather than lash out. The key is not to let anger dictate your behavior, but to allow it to inform you. Imagine being at an airport after a long, exhausting trip. Your flight was delayed, and now your luggage is missing. As others retrieve their bags, frustration builds inside you. Your instinct might be to complain loudly or snap at an employee. But what if instead you took a breath and simply acknowledged it? "I'm frustrated, and that's a normal response, but I don't have to let this feeling take over." Suddenly, you're not at the mercy of your emotions anymore. You're in control. This idea is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius once said, The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Rather than fighting or denying your emotions, use them as a guide. Anger can be an opportunity to reflect, to grow, and to choose a response that aligns with who you want to be. The more we practice acknowledging anger without being consumed by it, the more control we gain over our emotions. So, the next time anger creeps in, don't ignore it and don't judge yourself for it. Recognize it, name it, accept it. In that moment of awareness, you take the first powerful step toward mastering your emotions instead of being controlled by them. Number 2, take a pause and breathe. When anger rises, our instinct is to react immediately. We lash out, say things we don't mean, and let emotion take control before we even have a chance to think. It feels urgent, like something demanding action right now. But here's the paradox. The faster you react, the less control you actually have. The second step to controlling your anger is to pause, to create space between feeling and reaction. It's a simple yet powerful technique. When frustration surges, resist the impulse to act. Instead, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale through your nose, hold for a moment, then exhale steadily. Repeat. This moment of stillness might seem small, but in reality, it's an act of self-mastery. Imagine being at an airport after a long, exhausting trip. Your flight was delayed, and now your luggage is missing. As others retrieve their bags, frustration builds inside you. Your instinct might be to complain loudly or snap at an employee. But what if, instead, you took a breath and simply acknowledged it? I'm frustrated, and that's a normal response. But I don't have to let this feeling take over. Suddenly, you're not at the mercy of your emotions anymore. You're in control. Epictetus once said, "We cannot always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond." That's what the pause gives you, a chance to choose a response instead of being ruled by impulse. Imagine someone cutting you off in traffic. Your first instinct might be to honk, curse, or speed up in retaliation. But what if you paused instead? What if you took a breath and realized that getting angry over something fleeting only adds stress to your life? That single moment of restraint doesn't just prevent unnecessary tension. It strengthens your control over your own mind. And it's not just philosophy, it's science. When we get angry, our brain's fight or flight response takes over. Stress hormones spike, reasoning diminishes, and we react without thinking. But deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the body and restoring clarity. That simple pause isn't just a delay, it's a reset. Think about the last time you reacted in anger.